Hello. How are you?
Walter, there is someone in my mind. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
It's just me. It's just Walter.
So tell me about how it kind of came into your life and what you made of it when you read it, when you read Marjorie for the first time.
I probably have never been as excited about a new play as I was when I read that. Pam McKinnon, a director in New York, and Jordan Harrison worked together in an organization called Club Thumb, which is a writer's development. And that's where, when Jordan finished the play, and when he had, by the time he finished it, at least he was thinking of me for it, which I found out later, and Pam brought me the script. And I love this play.
I wonder where you begin to figure out who Marjorie is, and I as well, you know, being that we're moving to a different medium with this, how much your interpretation of that character has to change, you know, when to do it as a film versus a play.
You know, I don't think the interpretation changed. I think what changed is the way she's seen because it's a film and not a play. In the play, it took place in a single set. And Marjorie spent most of the time in a reclining chair. Not that she was immobile, but she was pretty much immobile during the course of the story. In the film, on the other hand, it's a house, an outside, an ocean, a beach, and in and out of rooms and beds, etc. And that's really fun, but it didn't change the character I had come to know. I feel that way.
You know, the unique thing about this is that well, there aren't many characters and actors playing characters who get to follow that thread for such a long time, to go from stage to film, to be able to sort of deepen a relationship with a character like this. I wonder, does Marjorie now kind of feel a little bit of a part of you?
Oh, yes. I feel so fortunate. First of all, to have been able to do it in the first place, but then to have had this really interesting journey, which is, you know, kind of once in a lifetime. You don't get to do this very often.
One of the things that does change from doing it on stage is your co-stars.
Boy. I've had two different casts, not entirely different, but partly different on stage, and an entirely different cast in the film. And we are so fortunate. John Hamm is playing Walter Prime, my husband, my younger husband. I remember, I think it was at the end of the first or second day of shooting, and I said to John, have you got your head around it that you and I are the parents of Gina Davis?
What inspires you? What keeps you doing this job? What do you love about it?
You know, I guess I've been, in a sense, loving it. When I was very small, my father put plays on in the church, and I used to go with him and hang around and learn all the lines. And if somebody wasn't there, I could say their lines. And occasionally, if there was a part for me, I had it. It had nothing to do with my father almost never saw movies, actually, but he had taken night classes in acting and directing, so he could do this. I know for me that's the beginning. And then through my life, I just did what there was to do in school, et cetera, et cetera. And each time it became more important to me and beloved.
Well, the relationship with John's character, with Walter in the film, is so intense. I wonder, you know, kind of creating that with him. What did you find in that process of discovery with him? You know, how quickly did that relationship sort of form?
He is so. We just met and began to film this right away.
You shot in. Just to interrupt, you shot in 12 days, I think.
Oh, it's not quite 12, but you know, almost. It was amazingly fast. We were trying to count up the days, Gina and Michael and I recently, and I actually thought I had a real record of it, but I looked at my calendar and wasn't sure. But it's something like 14 days, 13 days. Amazing.